capital basics. Yes. So this is the 10th lecture for chapter 1. We are going to start a new topic from the same chapter, but for that we need to revise all the topics that we have done so far. Yes. So starting with the very first lecture, in which I have clarified the meaning of share, types of share, why does a company issue shares, yeah, and thereafter we have understood about types of share capital, and we have also solved an illustration for same concept, yes, which is illustration 2. We have understood about the procedure of issue of shares, that the amount is called up in installments, application, allotment, first call, final call. Yes. We've also understood about oversubscription and undersubscription. Yes. When the applications are received for more number of shares, it is oversubscription. And when the applications are received for less number of shares, it is under subscription. Yeah. Then we have understood about methods for issue of shares. Issue of shares at par, issue of shares at premium, and issue of shares at discount, which is not in your syllabus. Issue of shares at discount is not in your syllabus. Yes. In the last lecture, we have solved illustration 7, which is about issue of shares at premium. Yes. So till now, we have completed this much. Yeah. And now the next topic that we are going to start is about forfeiture of shares. Yeah. The most important topic of this chapter, which is forfeiture of shares, it is given on page number 24 in your textbook. Yeah. Forfeiture of shares. What does this mean? I forgot to mention that we have also understood the concept of calls in arrears and calls in advance. Yeah. Okay. So coming back to the topic, forfeiture of shares. What does this word mean? You might be thinking. So calls in arrears is directly connected with this topic. What is calls in arrears? An unpaid amount by the shareholder. We have solved some for this. We have also understood the two methods for this, with opening call in arrears account and without opening calls in arrears account. We have solved an illustration, and that is the sum number 7 in your exercise about call in arrears. So what does it actually mean? That the person who did not pay the amount of allotment, then first call, then maybe final call. Call in arrears can be at any stage except application. Yes. So an illustration that we have solved, it said that the calls were paid at the end, which were in arrears. Yes. But what if the amount is unpaid? The amount of call in arrears, if it is not paid till end, even after giving necessary notice and sufficient time and reminders, what does a company do with that? The company will forfeit those shares. Yes, that means that person will be considered no longer as the shareholder of the company. his shares will be forfeited. Yeah, this is what a forfeiture of shares mean. Consider a simple example for understanding this topic from the very beginning. Say for example, the company has issued 30,000 equity shares. Yes, and the company has called out ₹3 with application, ₹2 with allotment, ₹3 with first call, and ₹2 with final. Okay? Applications were received for 45,000 shares. 5,000 applications have been rejected and the amount is refunded. Yeah? Then they say that at the stage of allotment there is falling arrears at 2,000 shares. This is just an imaginary example. Yes, please try to understand. There is falling arrears at the stage of allotment. The person having 2,000 shares, let that person be buyer. Buyer holding 2,000 shares out of 40,000 shares. Yes. Failed to pay amount of allotment. Then she did not pay for first call, not even for final call. Yes. Obviously, if buyer did not pay amount of allotment, how will she pay the further payment? Then there is falling arrears at all of these stages. Yes. So amount of allotment is not received, and amount for first call is not received, and again amount for final call even is not received. So what you are going to do? There is going to be an effect of fall in arrears in all these three journal entries. And if not, obviously you will definitely calculate some amount that this is the amount of fall in arrears. This is the unpaid amount. Yes? So in all these three journal entries, fall in arrears will appear. Yes? And this simply means that the person has not paid amount for this. So now the next step that company is going to consider, the company is going to take, is of forfeiting buyer's shares. That means she is no longer the holder of those shares. Yes? So once you write down the necessary journal entries for application, allotment, first call, and then final call. Yes? Thereafter, you have to write down a journal entry for forfeiture of shares. Yes? And the same journal entry is given on page number 25 in your textbook. And this topic is given on page number 24 about forfeiture of shares. The journal entry for the same is given on page number 25. So let us understand how to write the journal entry for forfeiture of shares. When shares are forfeited, yes, I am reading on page number 25, the first journal entry for forfeiture of shares. When shares are forfeited, the following entries are passed in the books of company under different situations, of which first situation is when shares are issued at par or at premium and full amount of premium is received. When the shares have been issued at par, this is the journal entry for forfeiture. When the shares are issued at premium and the amount of premium is received completely, then too the journal entry is going to be the same. So this journal entry is for this cases. Now let us read that journal entry. It says share capital account debit. For the first time, you are going to debit share capital account. Yes. Why? Because the shares are forfeited. Always remember, whenever you write the journal entry for forfeiture of shares, share capital account is always debited. debited with what amount is given besides number of shares forfeited. How many shares you are going to forfeit? Consider this example. 2000. Yes, you are going to forfeit 2000 shares. Yes, into amount called per share on capital. Whatever the face value of share is. Yes, if it is 10 rupees. And if 10 rupees has been called up by the company, then into 10. If 6, then 6. If 8, then 8. It will be clearly mentioned in the question. So, share capital account debit, number of shares forfeited into amount called. Then, to forfeited shares account. Here you are going to write down the amount that has been paid by the shareholder, whose shares you are forfeiting. You are forfeiting shares of buyer. How many shares? 2000. For non-payment of allotment, application and first and final call. Allotment, first call and final call. So this simply means that buyer has paid only application money. Only this much has been paid. This is not paid, not even this, not even this. So what you are going to write in to forfeited shares account is this. Simply 2000 into 3. Yes, out of 10 rupees, buyer has paid only 3 rupees. She did not pay remaining 7. Yes, the share is of rupees 10. This 10 rupees is to be written where? In equity share capital account, where you have debited. Yes, so 2000 into 10. Then to forfeited shares account, 2000 into 3. This example has been considered so that you can understand this concept, this journal entry in a proper manner. Yeah? Then, further, yes sir, let us read the explanation that is given. Amount received on forfeited shares towards capital account excluding premium. Amount of premium, if it has been received, is not to be considered here. Yes, only the amount of application, allotment, whatever has been received. Here, only amount of applications. If premium was received along with this, it is not to be credited here. Yes? Okay. Further, it is written to share allotment. Now this is written for the unpaid. To share allotment account. How much is not received? 2000 into 2. 4000. This, the amount that you have not received for allotment, that you are going to write here, to share allotment account. Then, yes, see they have written amount called on allotment but not received. Finally, to first and final share call account. The amount not received here, totally 5. You can also write it separately, you can also write it combined. To share first and final call, either you write down to first call account or you can write down to final call. You can also write down to call in arrears account. Yes? So 3 plus 2, 5 rupees which is not received for first and final call will be written here. So 2000 into 5. Alright? So this is how this journal entry works. Yeah? This example was just considered so that the clear understanding of this topic and the journal entry which is given on page number 25 that I am explaining can be explained in a better manner. Yes? So I repeat this journal entry. The journal entry is about forfeiture of shares that have been issued at par and at premium, and the premium has been received in full. When this is the case and the shares are to be forfeited, what is the journal entry? This one, the first journal entry that we have Please pay attention in your books. The first case, when shares are issued at par or at premium and full amount of premium is received. Share capital account debit. Here you are going to write the amount of, number of shares into amount called up. Let us apply it here. 2000 into 10. Yeah, you are going to write down 20,000. Then, to forfeited shares. In forfeited shares, always you are going to write down the amount that has been received by the company from shareholder. Only application money has been received. Rupees 3 on 2000 shares. So 2000 into 3, 6000. Then, to share allotment account, the amount of share allotment which is not received. 2000 into 2, 4000. Yes? Then, to first and final share call account, the amount of share calls that has not been received. 3 plus 2, 5. Where it is 2000 into 5, 10,000. You have debited 20,000 and also credited 20,000. 6,000, then 4,000 and then 10,000. Alright? So this is how the journal entry for share forfeiture is to be written. Yeah? We have just understood the first case. Second case we are going to understand later. But before that, let us solve a simple short sum in context with the journal entry that we have understood right now. Yeah? Okay then. In your textbook, page number 25 itself. I repeat, in your textbook, page number 25, illustration 9, the very first sum in that, short sum in that, is related to the first case of share forfeiture that we have done. I am reading the question. Sorry. M Limited forfeited 600 equity shares of one shareholder, Govind, for non-payment of final call of Rs 3 per share. See, it is extremely important to understand the question at first. Only if you understand the question clearly, then you can proceed. If you don't understand the question, then how is it possible for you to write down the journal entry? Yeah? So clear the picture in your mind. Yeah? The company has forfeited how many shares? 600 shares. Of whom? Govind. Why? For non-payment of final call of Rs 3 per share. Govind has not paid 3 rupees of final call. And Govind is having how many shares? 600. 600 shares have been forfeited by company. Company had called up rupees 10 per share. What is the called up amount of share? 10. Number of shares forfeited? 600. Non-payment? Final call 3. That means he has paid remaining amount out of rupees 10. Sorry. Out of rupees 10, 3 rupees he did not pay. That means remaining 7 he has paid. Yes? So then, Govind had paid 4 per share on application, 3 per share on allotment, pass necessary journal entry for forfeiture of shares. Yes? Alright, there is no premium in this question. So the journal entry is going to be extremely simple. Yes? You just compare this journal entry with the journal entry that is given in the first case on the same page. Yes? While I explain this journal entry, you just compare this. The words, the explanation that I am giving will completely match to this journal entry. Yes? Okay. So, Govind is a person debit. Why? Because the shares are being forfeited. I said, whenever you write down the journal entry for forfeiture of shares, always make sure that the first thing that you write is this. You will debit share capital account. Okay, the explanation says number of shares forfeited. How many shares have been forfeited? 600. Amount called up, rupees 10. It is clearly written in the sum that the company has called up. I have a textbook here. The company had called up rupees 10 per share. It is written. So number of shares forfeited 600. Amount called up 10 rupees. So obviously 6,000 here. Yes. Then 2 forfeited shares account. You can also write to share forfeiture account. Yes. If you will match this journal entry, it is similar to forfeited shares account. The journal entry that I have explained you the first case. Which amount appears here? The amount that has been paid by shareholder whose shares are being forfeited. So Govind has paid 4 rupees of application and 3 rupees of allotment. This is clearly written in your question. Please check. 4 rupees of application and 3 rupees of allotment have been paid by Govind. So the amount that is paid by the shareholder whose shares are being forfeited is written here. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So 6,000 into 7. So this simply is 4,200. Yes. Lastly, the person has not paid final call money. So write that. 2 share final call account. Why did I write this? Because this amount is not received by company. Yes, you might be thinking, ma'am, you did not write to share allotment amount which is present in the journal entry that you have explained, but the amount of share allotment is received. So anything that is received is included here. You don't have to write specifically whatever you receive. Sorry, whatever company receives. Yes? Every amount that is received is included here. You don't need to mention it separately. What you are going to mention separately is the amount that is not received. And the amount which is not received here is our final amount. How many shares? 600 shares. 600 into 3. 1800. So 4,200. 4,000 plus 1,000, 5,000. 800 plus 200, 1,000. And it makes 6,000 overall. 6,000 is debited, 6,000 is credited. Yes? So this is the journal entry for the first short sum in illustration 9, and this is the journal entry for forfeiture of shares. Yes, all the topics that we have learned in this chapter till now have been applied combinedly here. Yes, okay, so I hope you were able to understand the journal entry for forfeiture. The topic is extremely interesting. Yes, if you pay attention. Yeah? Alright then. So, the first case we have understood, and in context with that we have understood the first short sum of illustration 9. So, I think that's enough for today, and we'll continue with the same topic in the next session, of course. But before that, let me tell you what we're supposed to do today. You're going to read the concept of forfeiture of shares, which is given on page number 24. and you are going to write down the journal entry of share forfeiture, the two journal entries that are given on page number 25, of which first you are going to write, you are going to understand, you are going to learn the same. Yes, before we start with the next lecture, you should be ready with this much. Yes, and also you will solve the sum that I have explained in this lecture, which is illustration 9, first short sum. The topic is really interesting, but the important thing is to learn basic. Yes, if you are not able to solve this short sums, we also have a concept ahead of this. Yes, which cannot be solved if you are not aware of this topic. Yes, so trust me, the chapter is extremely interesting, but only if you pay attention. Yes, so that's all for today. We will see you all soon in the next lecture. Till then, please stay home. Do not move out unnecessarily.